Clemson will kick off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Owen. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Miami's will have some work to do after that short return. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too. I swear, when you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to split him out wide. I'd hand him the football. I'd throw it to him quick. I'd throw it to him deep. This is a playmaker that will be featured.
At the 35, he's loose. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. 29 Philly. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Golden. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's got it again. Across him, just destroying his way through the field. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To throw, it's McCord. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
And the Hurricanes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Jordan. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Clemson's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. It's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to pass, it's Jordan. They'll run the screen. Open space at the 25. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. Clemson jumps to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab. It's Carr. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. Give to the running back. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Carr. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebacker.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. This Mike backer showing some versatility. Think he always just has to stay home and play the run? Was bringing the pass rush that time.
No, this ain't old school football anymore, Reese. These guys got to be so athletic, and you see them blitz and win games and all the different things they can do aside from making the calls and being the communicator on defense. These guys are as versatile as it gets.
Clemson will send the punt team out. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On the return, it's Owen. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads it downfield. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. After the misconnection, it's second down. Back to throw, it's McCord. Coming after it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. This time it's complete. And a sweet catch, and the nice gain gets it down to the 30-yard line. And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. Kick is short, and he's going to try to make something happen. Smashes through the tackle. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. The Hurricanes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. The Tigers want to crank the tempo.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Dropping back, it's Jordan. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game? That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Owen. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play.
Off he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big. When he gets that handoff going to the right, he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the curl route. And you see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to pass, it's McCord. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Miami 7, Clemson, 0.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. He'll set up to throw. Makes the grab outside. It's Cornelius.
Well, after that incompletion, it's decision time now for the head coach. You've got to lead. The game's close. Are you going to punt the ball away and count on your defense to win this thing, or do you have the confidence in your quarterback to make one more throw to win you this game?
He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And he's dragged down.
Yeah, and this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Canes!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Squirrel.
Back to throw, it's McCord. Makes the grab right along the sideline for the 2-point conversion. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency?
All kinds of running room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on 1st down. With the catch, it's Rah2brazy. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've...
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball.
And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting...
Open runway ahead. The 30. The 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights and the lead balloons to 15. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Got his man downfield. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. He's taking the deep shot. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
The offense lining up for a first down play.
29 Philly.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Touchdown, Miami! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights and the lead balloons to 15. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. 1 snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. First down for this offense. To the air, it's Jordan. Trying to get to it.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Howard. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Wants to throw on first down. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. And it's incomplete. He was wild, high, and wide on that one. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They'll throw it on 1st down. And they got him for the sack. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He wants a big play here late. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that were going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.